South Island Wellness Society is an organization that works with the 9 South Island nations: Tsail, Sartlup, Sakem, Pakwachin, Songhees, Esquimalt, Sooke, Beecher Bay, and Pacheedaht. We also work with the Victoria urban community. Story Hunt was a youth-initiated media project. The idea came from a youth who wanted to work with the other kids from the neighboring reserves. South Island was able to collaborate with the Saanich School District 63 and the Greater Victoria School District 61. With the help of the Communications 11 class at Stelly Secondary School and the Shoreline Middle School leadership students, we were able to create Story Hunt.
Well, history of the Saanich people is a long history of talking about words like we use in our language called Strela, which means at the very beginning of time. When the Creator brought us to life, He called us by a name. He just didn't say, you are a human being. He didn't say that. He said, Nakwasakuche Teslak. You will be Teslak. That's me. And you will be whatever in the name that you carry in your family. These names are thousands of years old. Tom Sampson, that's an English name. He's only 74 years old. But Teslak is thousands and thousands of years old. And it has its own history. It has its own land. See, the minute they say my name, Teslak, in Sanchathan, it also names the land that goes with the name. Pakwachin, Pakwis, is sort of described as a place where there's the bluffs.
My Indian name is Tuakuya. My English name is Lila Underwood. I was Lila Henry before I was married, but I'm from here in Pakwachin, First Nation. My parents are Herman and Dorothy Henry. My father is deceased. My mother is still here, Dorothy.
My Indian name is Kushimia. That is the name of my dad's mother, my dad's grandmother. So it'd be my grandfather's mother. The name came from Kwamachin.
Some of the physical surroundings that I really like here in this community is our mountain, our sacred mountain, used by many, many communities. Sartlup, Sakem, Sand, out Esquimalt, Beecher Bay, those areas.
I'm from Pakwachin, and I'm from Pakwachin, but I've been married in Sayre for 44 years, so that's why you're taking me far back.
It's just breathtaking to take walks through there. So that's one of the first things I think of when I think of Pakwachin, and our beautiful beach that we live by. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful place.
Originally, it's called Lekwangan Songhees, which is the odor of herring being smoked.
Well, my name is Frank George Jr. My Indian name is Vokoletsa. I'd like to welcome you to the Songhees Nation. This is the Songhees Nation we're situated on right now.
My name is Butch Dick. I'm from the Songhees Nation. My First Nation name is Yoquelipton.
My father was Frank Andrew George Sr., who passed away.
I was brought up on Songhees Reserve, and I'm from a family of 6. My mother was a widow.
We were moved here in 1911, and we have about 160 acres in this area, which isn't very much. We need a lot more. Our original reserve was situated at Cadmoro Bay, Songhees waterfront, along Gore Street.
Strathel is the land of the maples.
My name is Christian, better known as Ivan Wayne Morris. My father's name is Ivan William Morris. My mother is Madeline Morris. Sartlick has been my community since I was born, February 1st, 1953. I have been here most of my life. I moved off reserve for a time.
Akela Kessler. My name is Kanyus. I come from the Kwakwakiwa people. My real name is Michael Cook, but everybody called me Mickey. I'm from Alert Bay. My little community was commercial fishing and logging at the time. It's not on Vancouver Island. It's about 2 miles off of Vancouver by Port McNeill and Sontula. It's our biggest resources was commercial fishermen in them days.
My traditional name is Klapala Sugula Glubahwagila. Originally from the Nimgles Nation of Alert Bay. And my parents are George and Ruth Cook, and my father descends from the Nimgles, Comox, and Fort Rupert Nation, and my mother is from the Danafta and Montegila in my traditional territory of Kwakwakiwak Nation.
My name is Mrs. Brenda Pohl. My maiden name was Norris, and I am from the Lyaxan First Nation, which is on Valdez Island off of Ladysmith. And my grandmother was the late Eva Rice, and her sister is Ellen Rice, who works up at Nanaimo, and she works at Malaspina. And my grandfather was the late Mac Norris, who came from Valdez Island.
Sayakam means clay.
My name is Philippe Miston. My name that was given to me when I went to the Longhouse. I work for Sayakam. I work in the office. So a lot of the work that I do is geared towards having a healthier community, and all of those things, they fit into how we are.
Stay out means a house at the top.
And my name is Josh Beamer. My English name is Vic Underwood Jr. My father was Vic Underwood Sr. My mother is Ethel, who is a member of the Pawcatchin tribe. I got my grade 1 in the old Assumption Church, which was the last year of the one-room classroom back in the 40s. So that's where I got my grade 1.
If anything changed me in terms of culture and who I am, it's probably the canoeing, the canoe racing, canoe pulling. The teachings are a lot different when you're canoe pulling because it's one of ours. It's ours. It's one of our sports, and it's like when you're training, you have to have a strong mind to get up at 5, go out in the canoe and go for your morning baths and the diet. And I had really big teachers, and Max Henry and his late wife, Tootsie Henry.
The teachings that I got from canoe racing were a big help. The understanding of what the canoe and the paddle can do for you, as well as the water. Because we did do a lot of cleansing of the bodies, and we have bathing in those waters, the cleansing of the canoe, the thoughts surrounding the canoe while you're out there, the thoughts of the waters, and how it can help you and how it can disable you if it could. There's a lot of important aspects of culture and training and disciplines, I guess, in any sport.
Canoe pulling was very important in our life because I had 5 brothers who all pulled on the same canoe, and we'd get hold of their dad, and we used to travel to the different villages, and it was really a lot of fun. We never won, but we always had fun. We didn't care about first, second, and third. We were always racing against another village. We used to take turns beating each other.
At home it's Lechichalach, the Indian name, comes from Discovery Island, and finally stabilized the canoe, and somebody said, which way do we turn? Somebody said we're supposed to turn right, somebody said we're supposed to turn left. No, the question is, which way are we supposed to turn? Does anybody know? How come you're asking? We're heading for that pilot.
When I used to go to canoe races, there used to be like 25 canoes on that starting line, and now when I go to canoe races, there's only like 4 or 5 canoes. So I think that's a big change, and I think that was a big part of my life.
It's hard work, that canoe pulling. I've done it in 30 years. That when you're in that canoe too, and you can't drink, you can't smoke. We go on for 5 months a year in the summertime.
We started canoe racing when we were young, racing with Manny Cooper, who was an elder of this community. His canoe's name was Lady Esther. We moved into our own canoe club in 1975. I raced in, my first race in Hawaii was 1978, and then 1982 and 83, I believe, was the Geronimo Canoe Club that raced in Hawaii.
Our poor coach, he mended our canoe again. I don't know how he did it, but he was just like a magician. He could fix it. But we're going up the gorge, coming up the gorge here, and the same thing happened. Which way are we supposed to turn? Come on, guys, we've got to turn someplace. So, sure enough, we just hit the piling over here. Boom, smack dab, and there was another head gone. So, oh my, just other little things like that was just amazing that we're in rough water going out the harbor, and somebody said, bail out. So our skipper grabbed his paddle and he jumped out. Today that's his nickname, Bail Out.
My traditional name is Tolhuilam. My parents are Ernie Olson, late Ernie Olson, and late Laura Olson.
My English name is Alec Nelson. I'm from a little village called Kinkum Inlet.
The history of my sports has been baseball, softball, fastball, lacrosse, soccer.
I play a lot of soccer now. I didn't start playing soccer until I was about 17.
Where I grew up, there was a field right across the road from our house. It was known as a community section of land that was used for the different sports that were played in the community.
As soon as you say June sports, you see colors. Black and white, Cormants. Gold and black, Kinkum or Guildford. Red and white, you'll see Reds. These are soccer teams. In our case right now, the T-Birds say blue and white.
I had the privilege of playing for BC champs in basketball for 3 years. I played in the North Americans, and I enjoyed that because I got to play against teams from Oklahoma, New Mexico, California, and Dallas, Texas. Playing sports was very important.
Just watching my older brothers throw the lacrosse ball around and kick the soccer ball around, I got really interested in it, and watching them play soccer. My father coached soccer. He coached the Saanich Hornets along with my late uncle Dick Harry from the Tsayout Reserve. They coached the Saanich Hornets. And
you have to be involved the parents got to be involved because everything the young people, when they're growing up, they have to be involved with it and kind of push them in a way to be in the sports, the lacrosse, not in the soccer.
And historically, soccer was always strong. There were 4 tribes that were introduced to this wonderful game. And this goes back, and it's interesting, the history of soccer in our territory, because it pulled in Sliammon, Paul River, Cape Mudge, the Thais, and Kinkum, the Wolves, and then the Cormorants from Alert Bay. So those are 4 communities. And there was a real cute story that I heard from the elders where Sliammon was coming to attend one of the tournaments up at our home in Kinkum. In order to get there, you had to bypass Knights Inlet. And then you go a little further north into Kinkum Inlet. So now, this is what you call Indian time, natural time. When does a tournament start? Whenever the Sliammons get here. Okay? And what happened was they went up the wrong inlet. So it took time to go in the inlet and come out. In them days, they were rowing and traveling by small little boats. So about 2 weeks later, okay, the whistle got blown now because the Sliammons are finally here.
I don't know, it just became a burning desire for me to get involved in soccer and really seriously pursue something like at the national team level or something like that. But it never ever happened, but I still have that desire to be involved in soccer, and even though I didn't accomplish my dream of being a national team or national level player, I still have that desire to see that come about for somebody from our community.
Here are the teachers, the lot, Thitha, Heawak, Salquain, Esitithan Squain, Squail, Sanchathan, Sascoche, Esitithan Tungu. Here's your land, Esiti, Taletha, Melachal, Taletha, Steot, Taletha, Sainich, Esitithan Snapanak, Nithan Snapanak, Esitithan Zochten. Stenkucheks and Zochten, Uawa Nil the Swaihui, Uawa Nil Squinilech, Uawa Nil Xamok Sting the Etis la there, Teleth Zochten. The Zochten is the ceremonies, Tle Chaskel, the sacred belief. And here are some of them. Shamalis, Telex and gifts from your ancestors. These are the sacred covenants. These are the people who will implement these things here. You see, we are the gifts of our ancestors. We are the Shamalis. We are the descendants of who we were a long time ago. The sacred spirit song, Saile, the sacred spirit, Zochten, the sacred ceremonies, just seeing how to grow up together with all of these things and everything, the teaching, whether it's about the water, the land, the spirits that come from the land. It's called Chasing, you got to grow together.